Starting off with its geographical landscape, Mauritius is an island nation located about 900 kilometers east of Madagascar. The country is divided into 9 districts, with the capital and the largest city, Port Louis, located in the northwest part of the country. The second and largest cities are Beaubassin and Fakos, roughly near the general Port Louis metropolitan area. The island is located on the Mascarene Plateau, an elevated underwater ridge that used to harbor volcanic activity. About 1.3 million people, and is the most densely populated country in all of Africa, with about 624 people per square kilometer. Mauritius' climate is tropical in nature. The temperature varies between 22 degrees to 34 degrees Celsius. It has 2 seasons, a warm humid summer extended from November to April, and a relatively cool dry winter from June to September. If you fly to Mauritius from abroad, you will fly to the largest and busiest international airport, Sir C. Wuxwagar Ramgoolam International, which is located on the complete opposite southeast side of the country, about 42 kilometers away from the capital. Otherwise, the only other airports they have are Sir Gaetan Duval Airport, located in Rodrigues, which only flies to and from Mauritius Island.
Mauritius is a full democracy primarily led by the Labour Party or Militant Socialist Movement, also known as the MSM. It operates as a democratic republic with a non-executive president and a parliamentary system, ensuring an accountable government. The key political parties include Mauritian Militant Movement, known as the MMM, Militant Socialist Movement, known as the MSM, Parti Mauritian Social Democrat, known as the PMSD, and Mauritian Labour Party, known as the MLP. The political landscape is characterized by a parliamentary democracy with a codified separation of powers in constitution. A recent development involves the transition from the réduit political organization to alliances of alliances, reflecting ongoing changes in political alliances and dynamics.
Onto the social, religious, and economic landscape. The educational system of Mauritius is the same as the Britain one. This is because of the colonization. They have 4 sectors and the teaching is in English and French. And as of recently, the students get a chance to learn their own ancestral language. Besides that, the educational system is high quality and the students have a variety of courses so they can be prepared for the future. From the graph, employment has been improved. The lowest rate was in the years 2021 and 2020, which is understandable because this was caused by the pandemic. The most important industries in Mauritius are tourism, textiles, financial services, and of course sugar. Employment rate at the moment is 7.38%. This has been improved since 2020. As mentioned earlier, this was caused by the pandemic. Also, the rate in 2018 was way lower than now, but Mauritius promised a 7.30% rate by the end of 2028. Between men and female are pretty much the same. We also see that there are a lot of young people which can be a great workforce and boost the economy. What's also noticeable is that there are a few older people which causes less aging. This is also a positive note for the economy in Mauritius. Mauritius is a multicultural island. Many religions and social groups live together in harmony. The practiced religions are Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Bahamism. These came to the island through various colonies and labor from India.
This is a country that can be proud of a stable and diverse economy that has gone beyond its historical reliance on sugar history. In the second quarter of this year, the country has improved its employment by 93%, which is 0.3% more than in the first months of the year. While the sugar industry remains significant, the country has smartly developed in other sectors such as textile, finance, and technology. Another sector that has experienced serious growth is tourism. It plays a main role in the economy and has big impact on nation's GDP. While keeping its stable economic system, the country became a member of the World Trade Organization, and with this membership to transfer itself into an open and globally competitive economy. Mauritius' financial sector works as a private driver of the country and serves as a robust hub for offshore financial services. Popular with its financial stability and investor-friendly framework, the sector attracts a wide range of international businesses and investors.
Global Business Company allows foreign nationals to set up a company primarily based outside of Mauritius, taking advantage of all regional and tax treaties. The company must apply its shares, voting rights, or economic interests are controlled by or owned by a person who is not a Mauritian citizen. For an authorized company, often used for international trade, investment, and asset protection, an authorized company takes place outside of Mauritius. Authorized corporations in Mauritius offer a flexible and effective way to conduct international trade while taking advantage of the country's favorable tax and regulatory environment. For a domestic company, it is usually meant to operate as local companies in the country, which have offshore business license for the Financial Services Commission. They are also entitled to various tax benefits beside the 15% corporate tax.
In Mauritius, the startup costs vary and encompass legal compliance, office space, and permits with registration fees dependent on business type and scale. The taxation landscape features diverse rates including income tax, value-added tax, also known as VAT, and corporate tax. Potential exemptions exist, often tied to specific industries or qualifying investments. Labor costs play a significant role, requiring an understanding of wage structures, benefits, and governing requirements. Efficiently managing these factors is crucial for entrepreneurs looking to establish and sustain successful businesses in Mauritius. Regular updates on compliance changes and economic trends are essentials for adapting to the dynamic business environment.
Position itself as an investment hub. There are several perfect locations to start your own business. One of them is Mocha Smart City. It is well connected and is located in the center. It's useful for locals and foreigners as well. There is also a lot of workforce in the area. In this city, there's a co-working space named La Turbine, which entrepreneurs can get help to start their own businesses. The second popular city is Saint Port Louis. It is known as the business and administrative capital of Mauritius, ideal for those who like to take advantage of investment opportunities on the island. Saint Port Louis has facilities that can be beneficial for your business.
Mauritius tax system characterized by its friendly simplicity and 15% corporate income tax rate. This is an invitation that the island nation sends to global business companies. With exception for particular goods and services, the 15% value-added tax system strikes a compromise between equality and fairness. Except for certain situations, such as financial institutions where a 10% withholding tax on interest is applicable, there is no withholding tax overall. In other situations, a 15% rate is applicable. A 5% registration tax is further charged on money that are transferred as part of the sales of immovable property. Mauritius' commitment to offering a stable and appealing tax environment is demonstrated by its absence of capital gain tax, strategic agreements, and unwavering respect for international rules. Mauritius is a lasting haven for enterprises and investors seeking sustainable success.
Now we will take a look at the laws and regulations. The Constitution of Mauritius serves as the supreme law, establishing the country's legal framework, fundamental rights, and governance structure. It delineates the separation of powers between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches, providing a foundation for legislation and regulation. The legal system. Mauritius follows a mix of legal system derived from French civil law, English common law, and customary law. The legal framework comprises status, case laws, and customary practices. The judicial, headed by the Supreme Court, interprets laws, ensures their constitutionality, and resolves legal disputes. Lower courts, including district and intermediate courts, handle various civil and criminal matters. The legislative process, the National Assembly and the Legislative Council are the primary legislative bodies in Mauritius. The National Assembly is the lower house responsible for enacting laws, while the Legislative Council focuses on specific matters like regional legislation. Bills go through a series of reading debates as outlined in the parliamentary procedures. Moving forward to which business sectors to target and invest in. First and foremost, the financial services and banking. The island has a well-established financial services sector, particularly known for its offshore banking, fund management, and global business operations. The Financial Services Commission regulates this sector, attracting investors due to its favorable tax regime, stable political environment, and adhere to international standards. Tourism and hospitality. The tourism industry has a significant contributor to Mauritius's economy. Its stunning beaches, luxury resorts, and cultural attractions present promising opportunities. Renewable energy and sustainability. There's increasing emphasis on the renewable energy projects in Mauritius to reduce dependency on fossil fuels. Investment in solar, wind, and other renewable energy sources aligns with the government's sustainable development goals and initiatives. Agribusiness and food processing. Agriculture remains an essential sector in Mauritius. Investing in agribusiness, food processing, and value-added agricultural products, including sugar, tea, and tropical fruits, present opportunities for local and export markets. Lastly, the real estate and property development. With the growing population and tourism industry, real estate and property development continue to be lucrative sectors. Residential and commercial property developments, especially in urban cities and tourist zones, attract both local and foreign investors.
Mauritius is located in the Indian Ocean and has gone through various historical changes, creating a harmonious mix of cultures. Although there are many ethnic groups in Mauritius, a single language has emerged, Creole, which was influenced by British, French, and other colonizing languages. Adaptability, integration, and acceptance are remarkable traits of Mauritians, which foster understanding across different cultures and religions. Mauritius plays an important role in global collaboration, with strong connections around the world and active involvement in unions like the African Union, the European Union, and the United States. Diplomatic economic relations are based on shared values such as democracy and human rights. Cultural diversity serves as a bridge to other countries around the world. In tourism, Mauritius is more than just beautiful beaches, with legal measurements in place to ensure public access to the beaches and an ongoing effort to diversify attractions. Despite challenges, Mauritius remains hospitable, reflecting the warm and adaptable nature of people.
Time is highly valued, and most arrangements are followed. The common values of Mauritius, which include a strong commitment to the law and legislation, are another important factor. In the business world, keeping your word is essential since legally, obligations must be followed and appreciated. If these promises are broken, miscommunications may result as demonstrated by the ambassador's experience with non-payment in several Gulf region nations conducting business with Mauritius. For cooperating to be successful, institutions that intended to participate in Mauritius must show that they are serious and committed to the project. Furthermore, business must acknowledge the value that Mauritians place on inspiral relationships and the family stressing the necessities of cultivating strong and respectful relationships with potential business partners. If you want to do business in Mauritius, you need to look at more than just the small market size. You need to look at the ease of doing business.
the legal environment, workforce education, and etc. The island may present challenges for companies looking to reach a wide audience, but its advanced position with Africa and ease of marketing makes it a great place to do business.
Mauritius' first economic sectors after independence in 1968 were sugar and tea. Over the years, country's flexibility and ability to adjust to change became apparent as it shifted to textile, finance, and IT. Despite challenges in sectors like sugar and textile due to increasing labor costs, Mauritius, with its small market size, positioned itself as a global gateway for investors, aiming to access the Indian and African market, boosting agreements with international regulations, tax alignments, and European standards, and strategic investments in Africa. Mauritius has special agreements with Comoros and South Africa, as well as a strong relationship with the whole African continent. Chinese presence in Mauritius is evidence to its international appeal, with several Chinese cities in the country. Mauritius has a unique double taxation agreement with India, providing investors with tax advantages of choosing where to be taxed.